Hey there, Sonia here with another beautiful story slash lesson. Hopefully, this will set someone free today and will uplift your heart. Please note that this is never the works of my own doing. This is only inspired by my Father, which is in heaven. And the revelation is a beautiful thing, and I hope to share with y'all that you will catch it just as I did. I hope I do him justice. Y'all let me know in the comment section afterwards if you saw anything else after reading this story, this message. So we go to Luke chapter 8:26, where we see Jesus restores a demon-possessed man. So they sailed to a region of Bethanias, which is across the lake from Galilee. When Jesus stepped ashore, he was met by a demon-possessed man from the town. For a long time, this man had not worn clothes or lived in a house, but had lived in tombs. When he saw Jesus, he cried out and fell at his feet, shouting at the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I beg you, don't torture me." For Jesus had commanded the impure spirit to come out of the man. Many times it had seized him, and though he was chained hand and feet and kept on the guard, he had broken his chains and had been driven out by the demon into solitary places. Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" "Legion," he replied, because many demons had gone into him. They begged Jesus repeatedly not to order them into the abyss. A large herd of pigs was feeding there on the hillside, and the demon begged Jesus to let them go into the pigs, and he gave them permission. When the demon came out of the man, they went into the pigs, and the herd rushed into the steep bank into the lake and was drowned. When those tending to the pigs saw what happened, they ran off and reported this to the town and countryside. And the people went out to see what happened. When they came to Jesus, they found the man whom the demon had gone out of, sitting at the feet of Jesus, dressed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but sometimes all it takes is one word from Jesus that changes everything in our entire life. Now, I took some notes myself from the story, and I will hope to share them with you. You can also share your own discoveries in the comment section. Notice that the demon kept bringing the man into isolated places, right? Because in isolation, the enemy can get to whisper and tell you whatever truths he wants you to believe. And hopefully you will begin to take those truths to heart and self-harm yourself and ultimately kill yourself. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but wherever the enemy is taking you into that place of darkness, into that depression, I want to tell you today, do not believe the lies. Do not believe that it's better for you to be by yourself during this season. This is where the enemy does his most damage to you. I also want to share, notice that the enemy kept this man in a place where he constantly was naked and exposed, because one, it kept people away from him, and it also kept him away from others, because you wouldn't in your right mind approach someone that you saw naked. You'd think something is wrong with them, right? It kept him living in tombs, dead places, dark places, because what do we know goes in tombs? Dead people, right? It kept him amongst the dead and not the living, because ultimately that's where the enemy wanted him to reside, his final resting place. Notice when the demon encountered Jesus, it understood the power and authority that Jesus carried, and immediately began to make a bargain, a deal. These beings are intelligent. If they were intelligent enough to make a deal with Jesus and ask for where they should be sent, what are they whispering to you today? What is that enemy whispering to you today that you have now begun to believe that is your truth, right? Notice as well that it kept him away from everyone he loved so that no one could help him. Where has the enemy taken you captive or hostage that has kept you away from everything and everyone you love, that you can't even cry out for help right now. Notice the self-harm, right? The supernatural strength the enemy had is that when it was in the man, whether he was chained by hands and feet, it kept him in a place where he had supernatural strength to break free from those chains, but wasn't strong enough to break free from them. Notice when the pigs were possessed by the demons, it went straight into the river. It took its own life. What the enemy's ultimate goal is for you is that you will take your own life, that you will have no choice after being overcome by this strength, that ultimately you will end your own life. I'm here to tell you today that is not going to be your story. If you are sitting on here and you have watched this video and have encountered to this is that time. I need you to fight back. This is not the time to give up. The enemy is strong, but you are stronger. The word of God says, greater is he that lives in you than he that lives in the world. Jesus is still in there. He's still a part of you and is causing you to keep holding on. But today I'm telling you, one word from Jesus changes the trajectory of your life. One touch, one word is all is necessary. I am living proof of that. Deliverance is at hand. All you have to do is present yourself before the throne of grace. Present yourself at the feet of Jesus. Notice when the demon was in the man threw himself at the feet of Jesus. That was that last strength he had in him. Notice after he was restored, immediate restoration, what it looked like, he was seated at the feet of Jesus, restored in his right mind and in his body. When you encounter Jesus, you will never be the same. Notice instant clarity, both mentally and physically. This man was no longer fighting. He was now seated. He is now at peace. Now I don't know who needs to hear this today. God is waiting for you to give him permission to enter into your situation right now. Whatever it is, know that you are not far gone. He paid a hefty price on the cross to redeem you. You are ransomed, you're redeemed, and he is just looking for you to give permission for him to restore you. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. This is a time that he's calling you. You are the son. You are the daughter of the Most High God. And just know that if redemption was here for this man, God is the same yesterday as he was today and will be forever.